guys, welcome back. I'd like to say thanks for all the people who have liked, comment, and subscribed to my videos so far on this R7. I know right now I'm having an absolute blast with it. I made some bold claims with it, like it's the best super sport for the streets. I'm about 700 miles in and I still feel that way. I'm about to do the oil change, so the next video that'll come out will be how to do the oil change on this bike. We got her on the lift now, we'll go ahead and do that here shortly. And of course, like I said, I will post that video so that you could walk through and do it yourself, as well as put some Amazon links below so that you could just buy the oil through Amazon and you don't have to go to the store and get it. I got a lot of interest in a specific comment, which was kind of like, what is the dashboard really like? And it is fairly basic, but it has a lot of the stuff that we want on all of our bikes that you only get part of, right? You get, this bike has a fuel gauge, but it doesn't have a gear indicator. This one has a gear indicator, but this one doesn't have a fuel gauge. So this actually gives you everything and quite a bit more. So I'll give you a little walkthrough of that today, how it works, what to expect out of the dashboard. Someone asked specifically about the trunk, wanting to know what size the trunk is, which I'll tell you, it's pretty damn small. I mean, all sport bikes are small, but this one is even smaller than normal. And then we'll get into popping the seat off, how to get the seat off, and get to the battery if you want to. I just recently installed the heated jacket because it's about to get cold, so I'm prepped up and ready in that situation. And then of course, everyone wanted to know about, you know, some better pictures, a little bit more close up. So I'll do some B-roll here so that you can see the bike a little bit more in depth. All right, so we'll do a quick startup for you guys. So you can see you got a gear select indicator and a fuel gauge, which is super uncommon for some stupid reason on bikes like this, but this one comes with both, which is really cool. And then right under the miles per hour is you have a bunch of options you can select through. You can tell I'm at 700 miles. There is the outside air temperature, which is 78 degrees right now. The bike's temperature, which is 111 because it's not really warmed up yet. The average miles per gallon that I'm getting, which is 47.5. While you're driving, it'll tell you what you're getting right then and there, which is pretty cool. And then the other one right here before trip 2 is once you get to E, the last bar of E will start flashing, and then you'll get another trip, and it's called trip F, and it starts count down from 0 and up, which is pretty cool. So it's basically letting you know that you're however many miles past the flashing E. So far, if you do the math on it, it's a 3.4 gallon tank. I'm getting roughly 50 miles per gallon. You should be able to pull off a little over 150 miles. For my first test there, I ran it up to 152.8 miles, and the bike took about just under 2.9 gallons of fuel. So I still had a little bit left in the tank, still going 150 miles on the bike. My commute's short enough to make it acceptable. I get to go 3 days or so versus my little 250L, I'm lucky to go 2 full days. So it's not too bad. It's not the greatest size fuel tank, but it does keep the bike small and light, and that's pretty cool too. So far, I think the fuel is acceptable. For the trunk space that it has, it is super minimal. You could barely fit anything in there. And realistically, it's not that it's like that much tinier than a normal super sport trunk. It's that all the latches are in the way, and then this tool hanger. So you get a little tiny tool bag in there that barely fits, and I usually put like a net gator or something like that in there. I was barely even able to slide like a smaller GoPro in there. I don't know what you want to be carrying around in a sport bike, but it isn't going to be much. You might be able to fit one of those little cargo nets in there alongside the toolkit. That would probably fit, but yeah, it ain't much, guys. And to remove the seat, it's actually kind of annoying. Like, I'm used to my Kawasaki's in that fashion. And what's cool about a Kawasaki versus this Yamaha so far is that most Kawasaki's have like a loop you could just pull and it releases another latch kind of similar to the rear to remove it, but this one does not. So you have these little tiny push pins that you have to kind of push in to take out. You got one of those on each side. And then you can pull this guy out of place here, which gives you access to these 2 little bolts right here. Now that's what this Allen key is right here for. It's actually in a little rubber dammet, and it kind of pulls out and it fits these 2 in here. Now what I would say, for the first time I took this seat out, I could not get these bolts out. They were seriously in there. So the first time you do this, it might be worth, holy hell, I still can't. Those are seriously tight. That's the way it was from the factory. So I went ahead and installed this. Like most people are gonna put one of these in here. It's kind of important to have something that, like, if you're gonna leave your bike for a long time, you should trickle charge it, and that's what this is good for. but also have on the other end of this plugged in is a little DC port to plug in my heated jacket. So to get this battery out is actually quite a bit. It's in there pretty well. You have to take off all 4 of these, both of these, slide this plate out of the way, and then you could go for it. But it is pretty simple. So just wanted to show you guys that what the trunk is like, how big it is. Hopefully that was useful information for you. I'll go ahead and do some B-roll of the bike so you can get some up-close shots of it, because a few of you asked for that as well. And once again, thanks for watching my videos. Stay tuned, I got the oil change coming, I've got a full review coming, and of course some chain adjustments and probably tire replacements as we go along with this bike. So please like, comment, subscribe, and thanks again. I'll see you next week.